According to the best Clash Royale decks, guys, based on stats, the Giant Skeleton is actually currently in the #1 best deck in the game right now, and there's currently 13 people running the Giant Skeleton in the top 200, which is significantly more than usual. Usually, it's only about 2 or 3, if even that, and it's been a card that has been suffering for such a long time now, but not in this meta, especially in this new Royal Hog deck, which I'm going to be playing in today's video, and you can also use it inside of things like Goblin Drill and Balloon 2, of course, if you want as well. So why did the Giant Skeleton make such a big comeback recently, you guys might be wondering? Because obviously, in the last set of balance changes, there weren't any buffs, so that includes the Giant Skeleton. It didn't get a buff, but it did get a buff not too long ago. A couple balance changes ago, it actually did end up getting a 4%. I believe it was either a damage or a health buff, but either way, that's going to change some interactions. And also, in this specific meta, I feel like it's just really solid after the nerfs that ended up taking place, especially with all the chef nerfs, with, you know, the Gob Giant, for example, and the chef itself. And there's just less, I feel like, oppressive cards that the Giant Skeleton kind of struggled against. And also on top of that, I feel like it just pairs super nicely with the new evolutions in the game. The Ghost, which I'm of course running, and also the Skarmy, because it's really nice to have that tank for that. And this guy is going to go in for the ability here. I'm just going to go arrows, and I think this guy actually runs 3 Musketeers, but the Giant Skeleton is such a solid tank for the Skeleton Army general, and just pairs well with the Royal Hogs when you're going in for split pushes and things along those lines. So we don't have anything for the pump, which is kind of unfortunate. And the other thing, guys, the Giant Skeleton is really good against is the Royal Ghost, because when that bomb ends up exploding, you can kill the ghouls that end up spawning really easily, if that makes sense. So it's kind of a small interaction, but it's very noticeable against the Evo Ghost. So he's going to go in for the 3 Musketeers. Giant Skeleton's actually going to do a really good job against the 2 Musketeers, so we don't even really got to worry about them now. And that's actually why the Giant Skeleton, I would just say, is so good defensively for clogging the lane. So in this matchup in particular, when he ends up going in, for example, with the 3 Musketeers, if we literally just play our Giant Skeleton to defend the 2 Musketeers, he can't really do anything. So as long as we're playing this pretty carefully, I don't know what this guy's going to be able to do. We could probably go in for Zappies here. Really questionable ability by him. I don't know what he was doing there. That was a kind of an odd play for sure. We could actually just split the Royal Hogs here and then kind of see what he wants to do. He is going to go in for the Skarmy, so I'd say, guys, let's just arrow that. And maybe we want to go in for our own Skarmy here. Wait, that's just going to die to the Lumberjack Rage. What the heck am I doing? But actually, it's fine because it keeps the Mother Witch alive, so now we get more value out of her. The Mother Witch is just going crazy in this matchup. And the Mother Witch, guys, is another card for some reason that is just so solid in this meta. Kind of like the Giant Skeleton. The meta has just shifted so much because I feel like the Mother Witch has also been lacking a lot recently. But I think some of the nerfs, for example, like the Vines, has really helped her out. And just, I don't know what it is as well. Maybe the Skarmy, too, just helps her out a ton. So what we could actually do is go in for the Evo Skeleton Army here, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. You split it and then you force arrows out of them. So even though, yeah, he took out the general, look at the left lane just going crazy, obviously. And we're going to go in for the Zappies here. We do got to watch out for the Evo Lumberjack, but I think we should probably be okay. We're going to go in for a Ghost here. He does go in for the 3 Musketeers yet again, which I think we could just pretty easily go in for a Giant Skeleton for. And the Ghost is still alive as well, which is obviously going to pose a bit of a threat. We can just go in for the Mother Witch here in this lane, and he is going to go in for a Lumberjack. So let's just get a Skarmy ready, and I think we're going to be okay. Those minions are pretty much useless. I don't even know why he did that. He kind of played them right into a Mother Witch, but to be fair, I don't even really know what this guy is supposed to do in this matchup. I feel like everything is just getting so much value against him. Our Giant Skeleton is getting so much value. Our Mother Witch is getting so much value, and, you know, right as I say that, she locks on the tower. And then the Royal Hogs as well, he doesn't even have a great answer for. So this really just feels like one of those matches where it's just inevitable that he's going to lose, you know, kind of as toxic as that is. I just really don't know what he's supposed to do in terms of defending or breaking through. You can see just a flawless match for us. We found our next game here against Bulk Up. So we do have the Royal Hogs in cycle as well as the Fishermen. And I guess we could just wait for him to do something. If he doesn't, I guess we could probably just start with Royal Hogs. I don't think it's that risky with this type of deck because we just have such good defense. He is going to have the Baby Dragon, and he is going to go for the NATO there, so he does get himself a nice King Tower activation. But on the plus side, we got a lot of chip damage. We actually almost got 1,000 damage. You see that? So even though we got the King activated, 1,000 damage, I would say almost makes it worth it. It's kind of different than just a Hog connection where, well, you're only getting one Hog hit and then they activate. That's almost 1,000 damage. So it's kind of equivalent to a little more than 2 Hog hits, which is really solid. He's going to have the Tombstone. I think we'll go for the Mother Witch here. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up poisoning her because, yeah, he didn't have the Baby Dragon cycle, so I knew he wouldn't have that adequate of a response for her. So that's really good for us because, you know, she still got some value before she died to the poison. I was thinking of maybe going arrows, but I didn't think that would be that good of a play. I think we'll just go Ghost here and kind of see what he wants to do. He actually does go in for a Graveyard really aggressively. I'm surprised he did that. I mean, he'll probably just go in for a NATO maybe on the Skarmy. No, he doesn't even do that. Wow. Yeah, that was kind of a pretty bad play by him going in for that Graveyard and not supporting it at all. So he is going to go in for a Tombstone here. Guess we'll see what else he does. Okay, he goes in for the Ice Wizard. I was thinking he was either going to do that or play a Baby Drag, so I guess the Ice Wizard does make sense. We could just go for the Split Zappies again. It's going to be really hard for him to get damage because of the Mother Witch, but at the same time, us getting damage isn't going to be the easiest thing in the world because he's going to have a solid defense with the Baby Dragon, of course, as well as the Tombstone. So this should kind of play out to be a very interesting match, if you ask me. I think we'll just go for a Giant Skeleton here. It's going to be a really good way of countering the Baby Drag because then we're going to have a really nice counter push coming in. And I guess we could probably just go for a Fisherman maybe to pull this Knight and then go in for a Ghost on this Bar Barrel. And let's go for a high Mother Witch here. If we could end up getting some value off the Skeletons, that would be good. Wait, she didn't even end up going in for the... Oh my gosh, I think I kind of messed up there. It's probably not the end of the world, but that definitely wasn't great. We're going to have to go in for a Giant Skeleton here for sure. He is going to go in for a Graveyard, which I feel like is going to get him some good value. We have to watch out. Maybe get arrows going. And let's see. He does... Okay, that's kind of bad. I'm not going to lie. We have to waste our Evo Ghost, and he ended up getting so much damage there. That was kind of bad. Could have been worse, I suppose, but definitely not great. He's going to go in for the Ice Wizard there. Royal Hogs come in opposite lane. One of them does reach the tower, which I guess is good. And we can go for the Split Zappies here. We might have to block the bridge if he decides to go Baby Dragon and maybe attempt to go in for a Graveyard, but he actually plays it in the back. Wow, I wasn't anticipating that. Guess we could maybe just go Giant Skeleton in the back here. That should be decent. I would say the Zappies should make quick work of the Baby Drag, which is good. And we'll see if we're going to be able to get damage. I think at this point in the game, it actually will be pretty challenging, so we'll have to see how this goes, I guess. And let's see, he goes in for a Bar Barrel. I guess we could Scar Me to protect the Mother Witch, which is really good. And nice, we'll arrow this. I feel like he might have just messed up a little bit. I'm not even kidding, because that didn't kill that. He goes in for the Tombstone. We now have dual aim pressure coming in. And we could probably get a Mother Witch going on these Skeletons. I don't know if he's even going to anticipate it. Yeah, as you can see, we do get that going. Force a Baby Drag out of him, which we can then go in for Zappies for. And hopefully we can kill the Baby Drag. Yeah, we actually do, so that's really good. And I guess we'll do this. We'll go in for a Skarmy here, which he does poison. I'm hoping he doesn't get too much damage. Okay, let's go for a Royal Ghost here. And then go in for Royal Hogs. Hopefully we can get a good push going. He is going to go in for an Ice Wizard. And there's the Tombstone as well. I guess we'll try to arrow all this. Maybe we could get a little bit of damage. We definitely need some at this point. The Ghost should go, okay, back invisible, which it does. We get a little bit of damage. Not really enough, though, that's for sure. We can go in for a Giant Skeleton here to block, though. And then maybe get Royal Hogs going again. And hopefully we can have a solid... We want to force him to use poison defensively, ideally. If we can get him to do that and he doesn't have it for the tower, then that's really good. Look at this. He's getting overwhelmed. This is amazing for us. Look at this other lane as well. We got to go Giant Skeleton to block here. I'm really scared of him going in for the... what was I going to say? I'm scared of him going in for a Graveyard. We definitely have to preserve our Mother Witch for it. For sure. That's the main thing at this point. We got to go in for a Mother Witch here in the back, and I think we're okay, barely. Zappies are going to connect as well, and wow, what a close game. Let's go, guys. That was an amazing win right there. That ended up really coming down to the wire. I feel like that's actually a matchup that really could go either way, as hard as that is to believe, because even though I do have a really good counter to the Graveyard, I feel like kind of like how he got that king activated early on. That definitely gave him a really big opening, and that's kind of why it ended up being really, really close. So here we go, guys. We're in our next match here against T-Tai, and he's going to go Bomber. So I guess we'll go Giant Skeleton. This is looking like it's going to be a Gob Drill deck, which should be really interesting. I mean, we got a couple good things going for us. Of course, we have the Skarmy, which is going to be a good drill counter, and it could be hard for him to defend when we have our evolutions. We also got Ghost for the drill, but I also think the Bomber is going to be really decent for him, so this will be kind of, I don't know, I'm curious to see how it plays out. Boss Bandit also could be kind of annoying, so let's see. He goes in for the ability. I guess we'll just go Zappies here and then go from there, kind of see what he wants to do. Okay, he's got a Fireball. Maybe we'll go Skarmy, and maybe he goes in... Yeah, he has a Log, okay. So, okay, good. Our tower is going to target the Boss Bandit. The Boss Bandit is going to be so obnoxious. I don't know how this match is going to go, and it also sucks he's got a Fireball. So he's got Fireball, and he's got Bomber for the Royal Hogs. He's got a lot of good counters to them. I actually don't even know if this guy has a drill. I would assume he does, but now I don't even know at this point. So yeah, he is going to go in for the Bomber. I guess we'll just wait maybe and try to get a nice set of arrows on this if we can. I feel like that's kind of the best thing we could have done in this situation. But that was still a lot of damage we gave up, sadly, so I don't know. I was thinking of maybe, yeah, I was thinking of going Mother Witch to predict the skeletons, but yeah, it would have ended up probably being a little bit too late. That's all right, I guess. So yeah, we're going to have to play this pretty passively for a while, I suppose. We'll just go for Zappies here in the back and then kind of see what he wants to do. So yeah, I mean, he had a really good start. I don't know. I don't really like this matchup, in all honesty. I don't think it's that amazing. He's going to go in for the Bomber. Yeah, we didn't really have an opportunity to get the King activated there, which is a bit disappointing. What is the... Okay, so Boss Bandit is just going to do that. I guess we'll go for a Giant Skeleton here and kind of see what he wants to do. Maybe he decides to go in for a Drill, but it's kind of unlikely because I do have that Skarmy in cycle. And I guess that's the one good thing. Like, that's going to be kind of a solid counter to the Drill in a lot of circumstances. So we go for the Fisherman here. And maybe we go Royal Hogs now. Really bad timing right into the Evo Cannon. I didn't know he was going to play that there, to be fair. Yeah, this is a really difficult matchup. I don't know if we're going to be able to win this. I knew it was going to be challenging, but I think it's even harder than I imagined it would be just because of all the... I guess this Evo Ghost is going to be pretty solid, though, to be fair. Maybe you try to do something here, like we get a little bit of split lane pressure going. This general could be good if he's not able to kill it. Oh man, that Evo Bomber clutched up so hard. But wait, the Giant Skeleton made it to the tower. Hold up. That's huge. That's actually huge. Okay, hold up. That's amazing. That's a game-winning bomb for us. And we also have the Ghost in hand for the Drill, which is great. I was thinking, okay, that Fireball ended up being okay. Even though we Fireballed, that's still okay for us. I thought that Giant Skeleton was going to reach for a second, but he kited it back. I was like, no way he lets another Giant Skeleton connect, right? That would have been pretty absurd. So I guess maybe we'll go Royal Hog split here. He's going to have to defend the right as well as he can. Yeah, and he even decided to go in for a Fireball there. So he is going to have to sacrifice a cannon. Oh my gosh, the Zappy reached. I mean, that is, that is amazing for us. I would not have imagined that would happen. I was pretty convinced he was going to go in for a prediction Fireball. That's the reason why I didn't end up, that's the reason I didn't end up going in for a Skarmy, but he decided not to, which kind of ended up being surprising. Just do this here, I guess. Maybe get a Mother Witch going. At this point, him defending the pressure might be too difficult for him. I'm not saying it's impossible, but yeah, as you can see, the Ghost, it's not going to make it, but a Royal Hog does connect, and that is going to be GG, guys. Really, really nice win over there. We ended up going 3 for 3 in this video. Let's see where we're ranked currently. That's going to put us almost top 300 in the world. Not bad. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. You can use credit code BOSS to support me in any Supercell game. And thanks again. Until next time, guys.